All right, so today we're diving deep into something a little different, something everyone can try at home.
Oh, sounds intriguing. I'm all ears. What are we exploring today?
Journaling. But not just any journaling. We're going to be taking a look at 50 easy journal prompts from Listallion.
Listallion.
Yeah, they have a whole website and everything dedicated to self-improvement through journaling. And they've put together this list of prompts that are meant to, well, get those creative juices flowing, help with self-reflection, maybe even boost well-being.
Journaling for well-being. I can already see how this could be beneficial. It's like taking a moment to pause and reflect on your thoughts and feelings, and that kind of self-awareness can be incredibly powerful, don't you think?
Absolutely. And what I really like about this particular set of prompts is that they're categorized, making it super easy to pick and choose what resonates with you at any given moment.
Categories. Tell me more. What kind of categories are we talking about?
Okay, so they've got self-reflection, gratitude, creativity, the emotional awareness, and then just for fun, a category for like lighthearted prompts.
Yeah.
It really covers all the bases.
Well, that's a pretty comprehensive range. So with all these different categories, are the prompts designed to achieve specific goals or benefits within each area? Like, what's the intended outcome of engaging with these prompts?
Yeah, that's a great question. So like with the self-reflection prompts, for example, they really encourage you to examine those daily actions and choices, maybe uncover patterns you wouldn't have noticed otherwise.
Ah, so it's about gaining a deeper understanding of yourself, maybe even identifying areas for personal growth.
Exactly. It's like holding up a mirror to your own behavior and thought patterns.
That's fascinating. And what about the gratitude prompts? What kind of benefits do those offer?
Well, gratitude has been linked to so many positive outcomes, like increased happiness, stronger relationships, even improved physical health. And these prompts, they really guide you towards appreciating the good things in your life, big or small.
I can see that. It's like shifting your focus from what's lacking to what you already have, fostering a more positive and appreciative outlook overall.
Right. And then there are the creativity prompts, which are just pure fun. They're all about unlocking your imagination and exploring different possibilities.
That sounds exciting. Can you give me an example? What kind of prompts are we talking about here?
Sure. One that caught my eye was, if you could learn any creative skill instantly, what would it be? I mean, come on, that just gets your mind racing with ideas.
It really does. It's prompts like these that can help break you out of those routine thought patterns and spark new ideas and perspectives.
Definitely. And then we have the emotional awareness prompts. These are interesting because they encourage introspection and a deeper understanding of your emotional landscape.
So it's about becoming more in tune with your emotions, recognizing what you're feeling and why.
Yeah. It's like developing that emotional intelligence, which is crucial for managing stress, building healthy relationships, just navigating life's ups and downs, really.
That's a really valuable skill to cultivate. And lastly, we have the prompts focused on fun and simplicity. I'm guessing these are about bringing a bit of joy and lightheartedness into the journaling experience.
Exactly. It's so important to make space for those things that bring you joy, even amidst all the self-reflection and personal growth work.
I agree wholeheartedly. Sometimes we get so caught up in the serious stuff that we forget to simply enjoy ourselves. So these prompts are a great reminder to tap into those sources of joy and lightheartedness.
Absolutely. And what's interesting? Throughout all these different categories of prompts, I've noticed this subtle recurring theme of appreciation.
Oh, tell me more about that.
Well, it's like whether it's appreciating ourselves, our experiences, the people in our lives, or just those small everyday moments, there's this underlying thread of gratitude and appreciation woven throughout the prompts.
That's a really insightful observation. It seems like cultivating that mindset of appreciation might be one of the key takeaways from engaging with these prompts, wouldn't you say?
For sure. And it's something we could all benefit from, I think. It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life and lose sight of all the good things, big and small.
Absolutely. It's like we need those reminders to pause, take a breath, and appreciate what we have.
So we've got these 50 easy journal prompts, each designed to spark creativity, self-reflection, and gratitude. They cover a wide range of topics, from self-discovery to emotional awareness to simply having fun. Where should we go from here?
Well, I'm curious to explore more about the specific benefits of journaling and how these prompts can be used to maximize those benefits.
Sounds like a plan. Let's dive in.
It's funny, we talk about journaling and these prompts, but I think it's easy to forget that actually putting pen to paper, the act of journaling itself, can have some pretty amazing benefits too, for mental and emotional well-being, I mean.
Right, it's more than just writing, isn't it? It's a whole process. So tell me, What kind of benefits are we talking about here? What can journaling really do for you?
Well, one of the big ones is stress and anxiety reduction. Think about it. When you write down your worries, those things that are just swirling around in your head, it can really help to get them out, gain a little perspective.
Yeah, like you're offloading those thoughts onto the page, kind of making space for clearer thinking, calmer emotions.
Exactly. And it's not just about venting either. It's about processing those emotions, figuring out why you're stressed or anxious. It's almost like being your own therapist, uncovering those patterns, those beliefs that might be contributing to the problem.
So it's not just a quick fix, feeling better in the moment, but actually working towards understanding yourself better and finding ways to cope in the future.
Precisely. And that deeper understanding, that's another huge benefit of journaling. When you take the time to reflect on your thoughts, feelings, all those experiences, you start to gain these valuable insights, like what motivates you, what your values are, what you truly aspire to.
It was like a journey of self-discovery, figuring out who you really are at your core.
Exactly, like piecing together a puzzle. And with these easy prompts, it makes it so much less daunting to get started on that journey.
That's true. Having those prompts there, it's like having a guide, a starting point for your reflections.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so if we take that prompt about imagining a day fueled by pure creativity, that doesn't just get the creative juices flowing, it also makes you think about what really brings you joy,
Yeah.
how you can bring more of that into your everyday life, right?
Absolutely. It goes beyond just a fun exercise. It's about examining those values and priorities, figuring out what's important to you.
Yeah, it's like asking yourself, what does my ideal life actually look like? What can I do to make that happen?
That's it. And those moments, those aha moments, those are what make journaling so powerful, so rewarding. It's a continuous process, learning and growing, peeling back those layers to see what's underneath.
Okay, so journaling can lead to deeper self-understanding, stress reduction, and even spark creativity. But I'm curious, how can these prompts be used to enhance specific areas of our lives, like our relationships or even our careers?
Great question. Let's think about relationships for a second. Several of these prompts really encourage you to look at your interactions with others, both the good and the bad. Like that one about how someone has shown you kindness recently. It makes you appreciate the good, but it also gets you thinking about how you show up in your relationships. Are you reciprocating that kindness, being the kind of friend, partner, family member you want to be?
Oh, that's an interesting way to look at it. It's not just about self-reflection, but about how those reflections impact how we interact with the world around us.
Exactly. And that outward focus, that can apply to our careers too. Some prompts get you thinking about your skills, your passions, your goals. Like that one we talked about earlier, imagining a day fueled by creativity, that can lead to some pretty interesting ideas for new projects, maybe even a whole new career path.
So it's not just about figuring out who we are, but also figuring out where we want to go in life.
Exactly. And journaling can be a really powerful tool for that. It's like having a conversation with yourself, exploring those possibilities, mapping out a path that feels right, aligned with what you value.
Okay, I see that. Now, what about those prompts focused on emotional awareness? Those seem like they could be particularly helpful when you're dealing with a tough situation or trying to make a big decision.
Absolutely. The more you understand your own emotions, the better equipped you are to handle those challenging moments. Think about the prompt. What helps you feel calmer during tough times? That one encourages you to figure out your own personal coping mechanisms. Once you know what those are, you can use them when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed.
It's like building a toolkit for emotional resilience, one that's personalized to you based on your own experiences and reflections.
Exactly. And that toolkit, that can be invaluable when you're navigating all the ups and downs of life, whether it's dealing with a tough conversation, making a big decision, or just trying to get through a rough day.
So we've talked about all these benefits of journaling, exploring different types of prompts, and it really seems like it can be a game changer when it comes to personal growth and well-being. And with these easy prompts, it doesn't feel so intimidating to get started.
That's the point. They're meant to be a gentle entry point into the world of journaling, a way to explore at your own pace and see what resonates with you.
And as you mentioned earlier, consistency is key, right?
hmm
So do you have any tips for making journaling a regular habit?
Absolutely. One of the best things you can do is to create a journaling ritual that works for you. So, like I was saying, creating a ritual can really help.
Okay, so what do you mean by a ritual?
Well, think about it. Maybe it's first thing in the morning with a cup of coffee, or maybe it's right before bed when things are quiet. It's all about finding a time and a place where you can really focus. No distractions.
Creating a little haven for self-reflection.
Exactly. And it doesn't need to be this big, long thing either. Even 5 or 10 minutes of focused journaling can make a difference.
That's good to know. I think sometimes people get intimidated, like it has to be this huge commitment, but even those little snippets of time can be valuable.
Absolutely. Oh, and another thing that can help is keeping your journal and a pen handy.
Hmm?
Maybe on your bedside table or in your bag. That way you can jot things down whenever inspiration strikes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Make it easy, no excuses. And these prompts we've been talking about, I think those are a great way to get over that initial hurdle of, like, what do I even write about?
totally. It's like having a starting point, something to get those wheels turning. And you can always adapt them. Make them your own or use them as a jumping off point for something completely new.
It's like a toolbox full of different tools. You can pick and choose what works best for you.
That's a great way to put it. And the more you use those tools, the more comfortable you'll become with the whole process. And who knows what you might discover along the way.
Okay, so we've talked about the benefits of journaling. We've gone through all these different types of prompts. We even talked about tips for making it a habit. As we wrap things up, what do you think is the most important takeaway for our listeners today?
For me, it's remembering that journaling, even just with simple prompts, can be a really powerful tool for positive change. It's a way to connect with yourself, become more self-aware, and ultimately create the life you want to live.
And it's something anyone can do. You don't need to be a writer or have any experience to get started. These 50 easy journal prompts are a great place to begin. But the journey, that's yours to create.
I love that. Embrace the process, try out different prompts, see where your reflections take you. You might be surprised at what you discover about yourself.
And don't forget, you don't have to go it alone. There are tons of resources out there, online communities, groups dedicated to journaling, people who are going through the same thing.
Exactly. Sharing those experiences, connecting with others who get it, that can make the journey even more rewarding.
Well, after this deep dive into journaling, I'm feeling pretty inspired to dust off my own journal and get back into it. How about you?
Me too. It's a good reminder that sometimes the simplest things can have the biggest impact. And journaling, it's a gift you can give yourself every single day.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So to all our listeners out there, we encourage you to pick up that pen, open that journal, and start exploring.
Let your curiosity lead the way, and remember, we're always here to support you. Until next time.
Happy journaling, everyone.